So very, very nice to see all of you today. And today we will have two very nice chapters of Nityananda Charitamrita. One will deal with the prayers of Madai, which are actually very, very deep. I was going through the chapters of Jagai and Madai story, and first I thought, oh, I have heard this pastime so many times, and maybe I just skip it. But I noticed there are so many things that are actually relevant and that I was not fully aware of, especially when I came to those prayers of Madai that I found are very, very, very deep. Okay, so I will start with sharing the screen. And so I will also share a little background music. And there I would be happy if someone can tell me in the background that the music is stronger than our voice. How is it going? Divya Kishori, maybe you can give us a feedback.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Prabhuji, I cannot hear the voice till now.
The voice of the background music.
Background music, sorry.
Okay. So.
Yes, Prabhuji, now.
It's good like this? Okay, good. So here is a beautiful picture of Mayapur, and we will start our journey today with actually connecting with those 12 auspicious holy names of Lord Nityananda. Last time we were seeing 6 of them, and today we will look at the 6th next one. It's actually very nice to memorize them. Thank you, Divya Kishori, for sending them again into the group. And today we will see the other ones. So maybe we can all read together. Nityananda Bhadutendur Vasudas Pranabalapa Dhanati Jivitapati Krishna Prema Prada Prabhu.
Sri Nityananda Prabhu is the embodiment of eternal bliss. He is the moon of all Avadutas and the beloved of the light breath of Vasudha, his wife. Lord Nityananda is the husband infusing Jhanavi with life. Nityananda Ram bestows ecstatic love for Krishna and is the Lord and Master of the devotees.
Padmavati Sutta Shriman Sachinandana Purvacha Balanmato Jagatrata Rakta Gora Kare Varaha.
Sri Nityananda is the dear son of Padmavati and is full of splendorous transcendental majesty. He is the older brother of Sachimata's son, Mai. Nityananda is maddening, overwhelming, ecstatic emotion. He is the savior of the universe. His complexion is golden tinged with red.
Jai Nityananda Ram Ki Jai. So please look at the beautiful picture of Nityananda for a few seconds and try to remember something from the prayer. If you don't remember, you can look on the side, maybe one of the name and definition, and try to connect with Nityananda as a person. So we will now look at a point of Guru Tattva, because Lord Nityananda is representing Adi Guru, the original spiritual master, and we will maybe Divya Kishori, if you would like to read this beautiful prayer that is from Sodas.
I offer my obeisances to my spiritual master that gave me a beautiful kanchaman, an effulgent tilak, beautiful form of a devotee, and who offered me his shelter. In one of his hands he is holding my hand, and with his another hand he has a torchlight of knowledge that helps me to cross over the dark ocean of the material. Surdas says, my Guru deserves the greatest respect because only he can rescue one in a blinking of an eye. I bow down to him again and again.
Thank you.
So here we see it's a really beautiful image of the spiritual master that has in one hand the torch of light and the other hand is keeping the hand of the disciple. And the spiritual master is the one who can rescue one in the blinking of an eye. So here we really see the power of the spiritual master. We have another verse that says that even a layman can cross mountain, or even one who is blind can see the stars, and even one who cannot speak can speak poetry by the mercy of the spiritual master. So we see really this active principle of guru disciple. And but there is one. There are beautiful verses where describe also how the disciples need to become a proper recipient of the mercy of the spiritual master. And one of the most important quality for the disciple is to always remaining a learner, that we always need to feel like beginners, that we always want to learn. So in this method, then we become proper recipient for the Lord, for the spiritual master, for his mercy, so that he can rescue us. But for that, we always need to be open and desiring to transform and to change and to continue to grow.
So this is, today we can keep this beautiful image of the spiritual master with the torchlight of knowledge holding us the hand, and remember that our qualification as this disciple, one of them is to always remain in the learner position. So this is the only picture I found about Madai's gut, the gut that Madai was cleaning up and preparing at the end of the pastimes that we will see today later about these pastimes. We will read about that. So please look very carefully at the picture. The Ganga is certainly flowing very close to there, and feel like you are there, like you enter the picture and you are there. You observe the whole nature around. And now we will fall flat on the ground and offer our most humble obeisances in our mind. As we are lying down with closed eyes, we are feeling the very powerful transcendental energy of this place that is making our heart vibrate. And we also offer prayers to our spiritual master, Lord Nityananda, to the Dham, so that we will be able to enter today into the spiritual dimension of the Dham and be able to see Nityananda's pastimes. Open our eyes again, and we will have a beautiful Nityananda meditation. So please do the same exercise. We watch very carefully the picture of Lord Nityananda. We take notice of his smile, take notice of his beautiful, beautiful lotus-like eyes, his eyebrows. You can see one earring. His arm seems to be dancing. He's full of effulgence. And now we will have one glorification of Lord Nityananda that we will read 3 times. And maybe Nikunja Biharini, if you can be the reader of this.
Nityananda Prabhu happily wandered all over Nadia in the mood of a young boy. Nityananda Prabhu was naturally most ecstatic. He wandered without any pride. One day, seeing Nityananda Prabhu alone, Madai fell down and caught hold of his feet. He washed Lord Nityananda's feet with the tears of love streaming from his eyes, and taking straw in his mouth, began to offer prayers.
You can read two more times. Very nice, like you do.
Nityananda Prabhu happily wandered all over Nadia in the mood of a young boy. Nityananda Prabhu was naturally most ecstatic. He wandered without any pride. One day, seeing Nityananda Prabhu alone, Madai fell down and caught hold of his feet. He washed Lord Nityananda's feet with the tears of love streaming from his eyes, and taking straw in his mouth, began to offer prayers. Nityananda Prabhu happily wandered all over Nadia in the mood of a young boy. Nityananda Prabhu was naturally most ecstatic. He wandered without any pride. One day, seeing Nityananda Prabhu alone, Madai fell down and caught hold of his feet. He washed Lord Nityananda's feet with the tears of love streaming from his eyes, and taking straw in his mouth, began to offer prayers.
Thank you. You can all close your eyes. You can visualize the beautiful picture of Nityananda that we were seeing before. And then we can remember what we read into this quote. I think we are ready for entering now the reading. Thank you. That's very, very beautiful meditation. So we will see Madai's prayer to Nityananda Prabhu and Madai's devotional service. So I will have to share the screen with another folder. Maybe Aman, would you like to do the start with the reading?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Nityananda Charitamrit, Madhyakhand, Chapter 10. Madai's prayer to Nityananda Prabhu and his devotional service. By the mercy of Lord Gauranga, both Jagai and Madai lived at Nadia as the most pious persons. They woke up early in the morning and bathed in the Ganges at a solitary place. They regulated chanted the holy name of Krishna's 200,000 times. Thus, they constantly condemned themselves and cried while chanting the holy names. Receiving the mercy of Krishna, they became the most magnanimous. They saw everyone as dear to Krishna. Remembering their former envy, they would constantly cry and fall on the ground. Gaurchandra, O dear Father, you are the deliverer of the fallen souls. Remembering this constantly, they cried again and again. In ecstatic love of Krishna, they forgot to eat. Remembering the causeless mercy of Lord Gauranga, they would cry repeatedly. Lord Vishwambar and his follower would constantly solace them with sweet and assuring words. Although the Lord personally made them take prasad, this, this did not pacify their hearts. Particularly, Madhai often cried, remembering his violence to Nityananda Prabhu. Though Nityananda Prabhu forgave all his offenses, still his mind did not become peaceful. I made Nityananda bleed, lamenting constantly like this. He would beat his chest with his hands. The body in which Sri Gauranga enjoy his pastime, I, the most sinful, have beaten that very same body. Remembering this, Madhai would swoon anew. He had not other activity except crying. Nityananda Prabhu happily wandered all over Nadia in the mood of a young boy. Nityananda Prabhu was naturally most ecstatic. He wandered all over Nadia without any pride. One day, seeing Nityananda Prabhu alone, Madhai fell down and caught hold of his feet. He washed Lord Nityananda's feet with the tears of love streaming from his eyes, and taking straw in his mouth, began to offer prayers. O Lord, as Vishnu, you maintain the you maintain the entire universe. As Ananta, you hold untold universe on your hoods. You are the epitome of devotional service. Lord Shiva and Parvati always remember you. You bestow your own devotional service to all. There is no other dearer to Lord Gauranga than you. By your mercy alone, the most powerful Gaur happily carries Krishna as a matter of pastimes. You chant the glories of Krishna with your unlimited mouths. You teach people that devotional service is the highest duty. The great sage Narada forever sings your glories. Lord Gauranga is your only wealth. Your other name is divider of river Kalindi. King Janak received transcendental knowledge by worshipping you.
Oops, sorry.
You are the you are the embodiment of all religious principle, and you are the original personality of Godhead. The Vedas describe you as Adi Dev, or the primeval Lord. You are the father of the universe and the master of all mystic perfections. You are the great archer, Lakshman Chandra. You are the destroyer of the atheists and the master of all who savor devotional mellows. You know the internal mood and mission of Lord Gauranga. By seeing you, Mahamaya herself become worshipable. The innumerable universes desire the shadow of your lotus feet. You are the devotee of Lord Gauranga and the source of pure devotional service. You are everything to Sri Gauranga. You are the omnipotent personality of Godhead. You are the companion, the friend, the resting place, the umbrella, and the life and soul of Sri Gauranga. No one is dearer to Krishna than you. You are the origin of all the incarnation of Sri Gauranga Chandra. Gaurchandra. O Lord, you, O Lord, you save the fallen souls and you destroy the lives of the atheist. You always protect the Vaishnavas and you teach everyone the principle of Vaishnavism. By your mercy, Lord Brahma create the cosmic manifestation. Your consort Revati and Varuni eternally serves you. You are the cause of everything, yet you are aloof from all things. You hold the Lord of countless universes in your chest. Your transcendental body, the reservoir of all happiness, is as soft as petal of the is as soft as petal of lotuses. Lord Krishna enjoys his pastime with your body. I have harmed such a transcendental body. There is none more sinful than I am. Shame on me, shame on me.
Thank you. Thank you. And maybe Nupur, if you could continue the reading. Maybe is
Hare
Dilama?
Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, please.
Yes, I could not, sorry, I could not unmute myself. Lord Shiva and Parvati, along with millions of chaste women, worship your transcendental form as their very life. Worshipping your form destroys one's material bondage. It is I who endures as a body. By adoring your divine form, in creating and feel the happy and prosperous spirit. People in innumerable universes meditate upon your transcendental body. I am so sinful. I try to harm this body. Service to your divine form freed the sages of Nami Sharanya, headed by Shaunaka from material bondage. Being envious of this body, Indrajit was destroyed. Being envious of this body, Dvida was killed. Jarasandha was destroyed by offenses to this body. Since I cut such a body, I have no hope of good fortune. What to speak of wounding? Just for insulting your transcendental personality, you crushed Rukmani, the brother-in-law of Lord Krishna. Rom Harshanasut, who had a lifespan equal to Lord Brahma, disregarded you by not welcoming you and was burned to ashes. By insulting you, King Duryodhan was unable to survive. Rather, he died along with his entire family. By providence, the renowned devotee as the cause of all causes. Queen Kunti, Yudhishthir, Bhima, Vidura, and Arjuna confirmed your supremacy and greatness. By neglecting you, once life is then where will I, the most sin, find dream, but like to it? But now, place the lotus feet of God heaven, on chairs and oh Lord, where I from life, all and the Padma, all glories to Nityananda, the best of the Vaishnavas, all glories to all that was Nityananda, who never be thank thee. It is befitting to forgive a person who has surrendered unto you. I'm the most abominable dog eater and ungrateful ass. O Lord, please forgive all my offenses. Hearing the humble prayers of Madai, Nityananda Prabhu smiled and said, get up, Madai. You are my servant. I have manifested myself in your body. Can an affectionate father feel sad if his child hurts him? I took your striking me like this. Anyone who hears your prayer to me will definitely become devoted to my lotus feet. You are the recipient of my Lord's mercy. As far as I am concerned, I don't take even a hint of your offenses. Whoever worships Sri Gauranga is my life and soul. I deliver such a person millennium after millennium. If someone worship me alone without worshipping Sri Gauranga, I will feel unbearable distress.
Thank you.
After saying this,
Nupur, thank you so much for your wonderful reading. Maybe the last part we can give to Vajayanti.
After saying this, Nityananda Prabhu embraced Madai. All Madai's miseries vanished at once. Madai again caught hold of Lord Nityananda's feet and begged, "My Lord, I have one more request. You reside in the heart of every living entity. I have become envious and violent to many such of living entities. I do not even remember those whom I have hurt. If I could recognize them, I would definitely apologize to them. I wish that those whom I have offended should somehow forgive my offenses. Oh my Lord, if you kindly tell me how to do this, I will forever remain grateful to you." The Lord replied, "Listen as I tell you the ways. Clean and decorate the bathing ghats of the Gangas regularly. When people will take bath happily and comfortably, then they will certainly bless you. This will nullify all your offenses and serve the Ganges as well. What more good fortune do you need than this? Humbly offer obeisances to everyone, then all your offenses will be forgiven." Being advised by Lord Nityananda, Madai circumambulated the Lord and departed. When Madai chanted the holy name Krishna, Krishna, tears will flow from his eyes. People were astonished to see how Madai cleaned and decorated the bathing ghats of the Ganges. They considered him a wonderful person. He offered them humble obeisances in return, and he appealed to everyone, "Please forgive all the offenses I have done, knowingly and unknowingly, and bestow your mercy on me." Seeing the crying Madai, everyone cried. Out of sheer bliss, they remembered Govinda. When the people of Nadia heard this, they concluded that Nimai Pandit had turned Jagai and Madai into glorious Vaishnavas. Hearing this, people were struck with wonder. They all concluded that Nimai Pandit was not an ordinary human being. They said,
Many sinful people criticize Nimai Pandit without grasping his real identity. He truly does kirtan. Nimai Pandit is truly Krishna's servant. Anyone who ridicules him will be lost. Anyone who can rectify the most degraded Jagai and Madai must be God himself or empowered by God. Anyway, Nimai Pandit is not an ordinary mortal being. Now his real glories have been revealed.
People of Nadia discussed this, and they did not indulge in any needless criticisms. Madai did severe austerities, and soon became celebrated in Nadia as a brahmachari or celibate. Living on the bank of the Ganges, he always saw her flowing waves. He personally used a shovel to build the bathing ghat. By the mercy of Lord Gauranga, one can see the ruins of this ghat, which was popularly known as Madai Ghat, even today. The causeless mercy of Lord Gauranga and Prabhu Nityananda turned both plunderers into pure devotees. The topics of Madhya Kanda are like drops of nectar describing the salvation of formidable atheists. The principal cause of all this is Mahaprabhu Gaurachandra. Anyone who feels distressed by hearing this is certainly a cheater. The topics of Shigoranga are unknown even to the four Vedas. Therefore, please continue hearing them attentively. Accepting Sri Gauranga and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Das, sings the glories of their lotus feet.
So please take time to close your eyes and try to remember whatever you can from this pastime. Maybe some details that Madai was telling in his prayers. Try to connect to the mood, Madai, how much regret he's having in his heart. How much Madai will constantly cry. How the people of Nadia were so amazed by this transformation of the most sinful Madai. Remember the instruction of Lord Nityananda on how he could remove all the offenses he did to all the people of Nadia. How Madai will see everyone as part of Lord Krishna. How humble he will approach everyone asking for forgiveness. Open your eyes and come back to room awareness. I'm actually very inspired reading this pastime because I feel it has a lot to do with myself, most probably with every one of us, of having actually a lot of things to regret for just for forgetting the Lord so often, for being indifferent to the Lord, from having turned away from the Lord, and most probably have committed also some not so nice activities, especially before coming to Krishna consciousness. And this is a very powerful place, this place of regret, where we can actually turn toward the Lord with a very genuine mood, a very powerful emotion for us to connect with the Lord. And there was Bajanti and me were doing the Vrata in Suryakund. His Holiness Nityananda Swami visited us one day, and he gave us a very nice inspiration that we would like to share with you in this point of regret. And maybe Nikunja Biharini, if you would like to read it.
Is there anything we can do to induce or motivate the Lord to appear? The answer would be no. We can't force the Lord to appear. However, there is a secret. The Lord gives His mercy when He sees that someone is trying sincerely. Mercy often lives in the treasure box of contrition, regret. I'm sorry, I'm not a very good devotee. I made mistakes. Yes, I'm trying to chant. This is whatever I can offer, not more. When I look at my material life, afterwards I burn in regret. It is not very good. In our movement, we call that humility, but it is more. Humility is a state, but how to arrive to be humble? Better is to regret that we are conditioned soul fallen away from Krishna.
Thank you. So this is a beautiful meditation we can take with us for today's reading of understanding. Yeah, we are not perfect. We have a lot of shortcomings, and we are just forgetting the Lord so often. We are so often indifferent to the mercy of the Lord, and it's actually a very beautiful place to pray, to feel this humility that yes, I'm not such a good person, and from there to turn to all Lord Nityananda. And I will very much suggest this type of meditation on Nityananda's apparent state, that we come to this place of humility in which we can call to Lord Nityananda for help wherever it is most needed in our life. So we still have a little bit time available, and we will do another reading, which is another, I think it's just one page reading of Lord Gauranga discusses sannyas with Lord Nityananda, which is another point of reading, but also very beautiful. So I will have to share my screen. Maybe I can ask if someone is comfortable to do the reading. Or I don't know if the Ramati, will you feel comfortable to read a little bit? Okay, otherwise, Divya Kishori, you can go forward.
Lord Gauranga discussed the sannyas with Lord Nityananda. One day, Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu was sitting surrounded by all his followers. Suddenly, the Lord uttered a wonderful word. No one understood its meaning. They were struck with wonder. Nityananda, however, knew the Lord's intention. Mahaprabhu would soon leave home and take sannyas. Nityananda became overwhelmed with lamentation. He thought the Lord would surely accept sannyas. Realizing that the beautiful hair of the Lord will soon be shaved, Nityananda became almost alone. After a short while, Sri Gauranga caught hold of Nityananda's hands, sat alone with him. The Lord said, "Listen, Nityananda, I will tell you my heart's desires. I descended to deliver the whole world. Instead of delivering, I am simply destroying them. Instead of becoming free from bondage by seeing me, people are entangled more and more. When the thought of beating me, they were at once entangled by unlimited bondage simply by this thought. I appeared to deliver the people, but instead I have personally ruined them all. You will see tomorrow I will shave my head and accept sannyas. I will beg alms door to door. Those who wanted to kill me today, tomorrow I will go to their doors as a beggar. Seeing me in that form, people will fall at my feet. I will thus deliver the whole world. People generally respect a sannyasi and would not dare to beat him. We will take sannyas and wander door to door for alms. Let us see who will beat me. So I have disclosed my heart to you. I am determined to give up my household. Please do not feel sad about this. Rather, you should encourage and help me take sannyas. I will do whatever you make me do. Suggest to me the way to take sannyas. If you really want to deliver the whole world, then do not forbid me. Do not even feel distress in your mind, for you know the cause of my incarnation. Please hear one more thing, dear Sripad Nityananda Gosai. You should disclose this fact to only 5 persons. The coming summer, solstice, when the sun will move from one sign of the zodiac to the next, I will certainly leave home to take sannyas. There is a village called Katpa near the village of Indrani, where the renowned Keshav Bharati lives. I am destined to accept sannyas from him. So you should tell this to only the 5 following persons: my mother, Gadadhar, Ramananda, Sri Chandrasekharacharya, and Mukunda. Hearing that the Lord's attractive hair will be shaved, Nityanand's heart, mind, body, and life scattered. He was so confused he could not think what to suggest. One thing he was sure of, that the Lord would definitely take sannyas. Nityanand Prabhu said, "My Lord, you are supremely independent. Whatever you desire will certainly happen. Who can instruct you about the rules and regulations of accepting sannyas? Whatever you desire is the confirmed truth. You are the maintainer and the Lord of all the universes. Therefore, you know the best what is most appropriate. Who else but you know the ways and means to deliver the souls of the world? Your quality is to be supremely blissful and independent. Whatever you desire will be done. Still, you inquire from your servants out of formality, just to know what they have to say. You will do whatever you desire to do. Who can oppose your own speech? Hearing the words of Nityananda, Sri Gaurang Mahaprabhu was pleased. He began to embrace Nityananda repeatedly. After discussing with Nityananda, Gaurhari returned to the assembly of Vaishnavas. Realizing the Lord would leave him and take sannyas, Nityananda was stunned and could not utter a word. When he was peaceful, Nityananda Prabhu began to contemplate. How will Mother Sati survive after the Lord's departure? How will she spend her cruel days and nights? This very thought made the broad-minded Nityananda Prabhu unconscious. Thinking about the imminent miseries, Nityananda Prabhu cried constantly in a solitary place. Accepting Sri Gauranga and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories.
Thank you. So we can again close our eyes and see Nityananda and Chaitanya speaking together. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reveals his intention to take sannyas for the benefit of all the peoples. And how the simple thought of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cutting his hair was giving lamentation in the heart of Nityananda. There is a meditation for today, which is connected to this particular pastimes we were reading. And maybe we can ask again Punjabi Harini if you would like to read. And we will again read this shloka 3 times. Oh, it's not a shloka, it's part of the reading we had today. And we will have a final meditation on this short part of pastime.
Realizing the Lord would leave home and take sannyasa, Nityananda was stunned and could not utter a word. When he was peaceful, Nityananda Prabhu began to contemplate. How will Mother Sachi survive after the Lord's departure? How will she spend her cruel days and nights? This very thought made the broad-minded Nityananda Prabhu unconscious. Thinking about the imminent miseries of Mother Sachi, Nityananda Prabhu cried constantly in a solitary place. Realizing the Lord would leave home and take sannyasa, Nityananda was stunned and could not utter a word. When he was peaceful, Nityananda Prabhu began to contemplate. How will Mother Sachi survive after the Lord's departure? How will she spend her cruel days and nights? This very thought made the broad-minded Nityananda Prabhu unconscious. Thinking about the imminent miseries of Mother Sachi, Nityananda Prabhu cried constantly in a solitary place. Realizing the Lord would leave home and take sannyasa, Nityananda was stunned and could not utter a word. When he was peaceful, Nityananda Prabhu began to contemplate. How will Mother Sachi survive after the Lord's departure? How will she spend her cruel days and nights? This very thought made the broad-minded Nityananda Prabhu unconscious. Thinking about the imminent miseries of Mother Sachi, Nityananda Prabhu cried constantly in a solitary place.
Close your eyes and try to remember what you have read, the feelings of Lord Nityananda. But if you want, you can open your eyes and we can imagine how much love was there between Nityananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Mother Sachi, and as much the love is there, as much as the feeling of separation is intensely burning into their hearts. It's also interesting that in this pastime, Lord Chaitanya is telling Nityananda that he has to go and inform Mother Sachi and the 4 other devotees, which must not have been an easy task for Nityananda to now go to Mother Sachi and announce that to her. I was remembering how when Lord Ram was asking Lakshman that he had to actually bring away Mother Sita. Actually, a few times Lakshman had to do very difficult tasks that were ordered by Ram. And it is said that in his next life, he said, I will not become the younger brother of Ram. I want to be the older brother so that I will not have to do such difficult tasks. But here we can see that Nityananda was said to be the older brother, but still he had to do a very difficult task also to announce Mother Sachi. So that's what we had prepared for today. Those two beautiful readings. Please remember, this time I will share immediately after the session the second verse of the 12 names of Lord Nityananda. Please try to memorize them. Try also to visualize today this beautiful picture of Nityananda that we were observing. Keep it in your heart, maybe when you chant japa, or maybe when you are singing kirtan, or in whatever you do, to try to keep Lord Nityananda very close to your heart. And you can take a very nice takeaway, remembering the spiritual master, holding the torchlight of knowledge and holding your hands and inviting you to step into the eternal dimension, remembering about the importance for you to be a good disciple so that the relationship is nicely kept together. And also we can explore this mood of contrition, this mood of regret for so often being forgetful of the Lord, so often being indulging in trying to satisfy our senses and not be aware of our eternal natural constitution of a servant of the Lord, so often trying to be a master instead of being a servant, and having some very beautiful feelings of regret that naturally brings us into a position of humility, a position where we can deeply call for the mercy of the Lord. Nityananda Ram ki jai. So I don't know if you have any reflections, any questions. We have still a few minutes if you would like to share something or ask something. Otherwise, Nitya, Divya Kishori, and Nupur
Hare
also.
Krishna. Hare Krishna
Yes.
Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for this reading. So when I went to Mayapur for parikrama, so I saw this place where Mahaprabhu's hair was given away. It's called Nirdoi Ghat. So there, this ghat, when we heard this pastime, everybody was crying. And today also, I am not a person who can cry so might be so easily. But when I heard that Mahaprabhu's hair would be cut, so it was heavy now. But I haven't seen Mahaprabhu's hair, but I see that the teachings of the acharyas can transport us there, and then can also bring us so many feelings that we can actually enter these spiritual pastimes of the Lord. So I'm very grateful to you and to Mataji and to Vrindavan Das Thakur and to the spiritual master that actually we can feel that emotion of that something is going to happen. Otherwise, for me, I have never seen somebody going begging, leaving a house and begging, taking ashram. So I cannot understand that feeling. But because Vrindavan Das Thakur is expressing it in such a way, so I think it brings some emotions. Thank you so much, Roshi. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you for your comments. And this is exactly what we try to do when we listen to the pastime of God, is actually to connect to the emotions, to connect to the feeling, because this is something that will deeply affect our heart and touch our hearts into the spiritual consciousness. So this is very nice. Very nice to remember that. Thank you, Divya Kishori. Nupur Mataji. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Nupur. Yeah. Are you unmuted, Nupur? Yeah, you are. We cannot hear.
Take off the camera because before.
Yeah,
Hare
maybe,
Krishna.
yeah, Nupur, maybe you take off again the camera because
Okay.
your internet is sometimes a little poor.
Am I audible now, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Okay, Prabhuji, I have two questions. One question is like, it is so beautiful how Madai was feeling and expressing everything to Nityanand Prabhu. So he suddenly changed, his consciousness suddenly changed, and I've heard in one of the lecture, because he haven't done any Vaishnava aparadha. So that's why he got all the mercy of the Lord. So how can we also save ourselves? Like even in mind, we think of someone, but it affects our consciousness, Prabhuji. So how we can save ourselves from that aparad, or even thinking in the mind, especially?
Yeah, there was this mention in the reading. I don't know if it was in today's reading or in previous chapter, that actually Jagan and Madai, they did a lot of offense, but they did not offend Vaishnavas, and therefore they got the mercy of Nityananda and Gauranga. And the question is, yeah, we definitely did some Vaishnava parads here and there. So what is the hope for us? Actually, we can see that the Lord is actually very kind. And there was this point also when Madai was feeling so bad for what he did, and Nityananda was saying, I don't take any offenses. It's all right. Don't worry too much about that. So this is just impossible to avoid being in the association of the devotees and being a conditioned soul. We are all bound to make some Vaishnava parads, but it's not because of that that we are not going to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. Of course, if we just keep committing offenses and we are not taking care of avoiding offenses or making effort to avoid offenses or praying to avoid offenses, then it will be difficult for us to receive the mercy. But if we are very cautious about that and taking really praying and trying our best, then for sure the blessings of the Lord will be there. And I think Vajanti also could add something on that.
Yes, I had two thoughts on that. One is Keshava Maharaj was mentioning that one of the most important quality that a Vaishnava needs to work on is to be sensitive. So that's sort of something nice for us to learn to be sensitive to whom, and it helps us also to get out of our eye, our small bubble, see who you have in front and deal personally with everyone and be sensitive so that we try to, as more sensitive as we are, as more we avoid to hurt others. And the second thing I was thinking is like how Prabhupada every day put it in the program, the offering of obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. So we could do it even if you are not in the temple. You could still do it every day, like we are doing now in meditation, and really with your heart feel, because it's true. Also, we may commit offenses even unconsciously. Maybe we just don't smile to a devotee, and that devotee takes it to heart. So sometimes we cannot. But if we consciously every day, this is also what Lord Nityananda was telling to Madai, to offer obeisances to the living entity. So we can offer obeisances every day with this thing. I'm sorry, even if I committed on any offense. Yeah, may my offenses be forgiven. In this way, we keep this humility consciousness. So being sensitive and offer obeisances every day, this can help us in this direction.
Thank you. I was also very much inspired by this reading to remember how Madai would approach all the Vaishnavas, all the people of Nadia in this mood, and I felt I would like actually to be also in this mood, to see everyone around me as my seniors, to see that most probably I had offended some of them, and to be in this mood of asking for blessings, asking for forgiveness. And also, this is also something we might have offended some Vaishnava in the past, or we might have had some difficult relationship with some Vaishnavas. And I think it's very, very important, as soon as it is possible in our heart, to actually humbly approaching them and asking them for forgiveness, even if we are 100% sure we were right. just the fact that they were disturbed because of us, it's actually a good opportunity or a good reason to actually ask for forgiveness. So I think that's also like important point to not keep for, sometimes we might keep for years and years and years relationships that are not cleared out or that are painful or that we did not forgive or we did not ask to be forgiven. So this is also something very important, and that's what Nityananda tells Madai. Do service for all of them. Do things that I will place them. And they were taking bath there. The guts were clean. It was comfortable, and they were just naturally pouring their blessings toward Madai. So sometimes also just to try to serve the Vaishnavas in a nice way and in a real way, really thinking of what will please them will make will rectify any of the offenses that can have been done.
Thank you so much for the elaborate answer and beautiful answer. Actually, I've got so many points that I need to contemplate and implement in our life. In my life, Prabhuji. Actually, just pray for me, Prabhuji. I really want to serve every day, but my circumstances are such I'm unable to do. So please pray so that I can serve all the Vaishnavas whenever Lord desires, or every day. So beautiful answer. Thank you so much, Prabhuji and Mataji. I have one more question. Like, it was so hard for Nityanand Prabhu to even think about how Sachi Mata could feel after hearing that Lord is taking sannyas. So actually, I don't know. I heard or I don't know. Maybe I forgot. Can you please tell Prabhuji? I mean, was it necessary for the Lord to take sannyas, or there was or he could continue preaching or spreading Hare Krishna movement in Grahastha ashram also? Can you please say something?
I mean, we see from the reading that people were sometimes criticizing Lord Chaitanya. They were even thinking of beating him. So Lord Chaitanya thought, if I take sannyas, they will not do that. And if they do that, if they beat me or criticize me, actually they will have a very bad future. That will be very powerful offenses that will block them. And he was thinking, I came here to deliver people, but now I'm blocking them because they do those offenses toward me. So therefore I need to take sannyas. But obviously this is like the external vision of the pastime. There is actually much more on the internal level that is happening, where actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to give this mood of Vipralamba, to give this mood of separation to the devotees, which is one of the very, very powerful and important feeling in developing Krishna consciousness.
And he wants also to experience also the Lord of Shrimati, the love of Shrimati Radharani. So that's to feel this extreme. And if you can imagine, like the last years of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mother Sachi and the wife, they would not have been able to tolerate what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went through. If you read the description in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So I think, as Gaurari said, there are many reasons, and also one of these reasons, the internal reason, also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to experience. He wanted to understand how Radharani feels.
Yeah, yeah. I think we all are all in need of prayers, and I just wanted to see. I somehow I'm sometimes forgetting name. We have one Mataji from Italy in the call, but I just see the Galaxy SB into the name. Did you want to also say something? Because I see you are unmuted.
Yes. Can you see me?
Yes, yes, we can see you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. All. Thank you. Sorry for my English. I have a question. I try to speak.
Yes.
Okay.
If you want, you can also say it in Italian, and Vegeanti can translate if you feel.
Okay. I try to speak English and in reflecting and visualizing what I hear in conference and interventions such as your of pastimes. It then happened that I slow down the piece of my daily life and end up accumulated my commitments, how balance responsibility and appeal to more stable words.
More stable words. Oh,
Yes.
okay. I think just to make sure that we get it fully clear. First of all, congratulations for really trying hard to make it in English. Maybe just say it in Italian just to make sure that we understand it right. Okay?
Ok. Allora, mi succede, mi accade che quando ascolto questi passatempi o anche degli interventi di conferenze, poi riflettendo su quello che ho sentito, anche, mi succede anche di visualizzare, no? Accade però che poi rallento il mio ritmo di miei impegni quotidiani e succede che poi mi trovo appunto che proprio alcuni impegni non riesco proprio anche a portarli a termine. E quindi volevo un attimo capire come equilibrare le responsabilità che si ha, ad esempio nel mio caso, con la famiglia, il lavoro, così, con questo richiamo verso questi mondi.
Chiaro, chiaro. So I just repeat the question, and so the question will be like that on one side there is a desire also, a need also like this listening to these pastimes like we are listening now, or also some other conferences. Just the thing when this is happening, I take them in my heart and I take time to reflect and it kind of slow me down. But on the other side, I have responsibility with my family and with my work. So, and sometimes I'm not able because of this taking more time to reflection and visualizing to accomplish what are all my responsibilities. So how to balance the two? On one side, the need for connecting more with the spiritual world and spiritual topics, and on the other side, the need of accomplish my responsibility. So how to balance?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very nice question, and I don't think we can have like an answer that fits to everyone, because everyone needs to see according to his life how to implement it, how it is good to do, because both needs to go in parallel. You need to do your duties in this world, especially regarding family and maybe work. But at the same time, there is the eternal duty of the soul of connecting with Krishna and remembering him. So it needs to be very carefully balanced so that not one is actually stepping over the other in both sides, because you also deserve, or you also are worth to actually experience Krishna consciousness in a deep way, and that's the need of the soul that also cannot be neglected. So it's what I would say is you might need to reflect also about that, not only reflecting on the lila, but reflect also on how you can balance nicely. Maybe to ask also your family members what they feel, or how to, if sometimes maybe you could close the door for 1 hour, or choose sometimes maybe early in the morning where you can have your own time with Krishna, your own time for visualization and reflection, and at the same time that it will not impede into the family duty. And in plus, you also need to keep your balance also nicely, that you sleep enough, that you eat enough, and that also your personal balance is also keeping nicely together. I think for that it's very good. You can maybe check a little bit how is it going with the family, how you are doing already now, and to see if everything is fine. But also you might have some spiritual mentors or devotees around you who knows you and who knows a little bit your situation, with whom also you could ask maybe some guidance and some advice. But both needs to go in parallel at this stage. And you will see it, sometimes we see it as opposite sides. But as you practice, it can actually, you can visualize Lord Nityananda at the same time that you are washing dishes. You can remember, there are many times during the day that our mind is not so preoccupied that we can fill up with Krishna consciousness and reflection as we are actually doing activities. And those activities, they will become even more beautiful and even more successful because we, inside of our mind, we are connected to Krishna. So it's not necessarily that it needs to be two different tracks. As the practice come, you will have them in one track. You will see your family members as belonging to Krishna, as being part of Krishna, and you will see Krishna consciousness everywhere at some times. It will take some time, but yeah, that will be my answer. At this stage, ask for guidance and make really some times where you can have your time with Krishna. That will not uh, impede the responsibility that you have. Vajanti, you want to add something?
I was also thinking on that maybe it's also good to express with your family the need that you have, but also to see that that it doesn't clash, but it's good. I think communication and learning also to be expressing your own needs also. So also to say this is a need that I have, and to find a way that is not how you say, that is not disturbing them, but that they know also. So that I think when it's known, then it's less problem. And on the other side, I was also thinking that time pass fast. The children will grow fast. It's maybe a matter of already 7, 8 years. And then there will be also even more time as you grow in your Krishna consciousness that you can. And I think also like what Gorari was saying, to see also the children and the family like that's your service actually for Radha and Krishna, that Krishna put you in the situation now that you can help them to grow. I was wondering also if it would be possible to involve them also in this practice to find ways. So then you feel okay, they don't feel left aside, and you still feel I do what I feel drawn to. So that may need some more brainstorming and thinking how would it be possible to include this side of you in your family life, in the life. But that takes a little bit of brainstorming, thinking, and yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So I think we will stop here for today. We are a little bit over time, but they were very nice questions and very nice sharing. If I guess maybe some of you might have left the screen for other activities, but if you are still there, Nupur Mataji was asking for prayer, and Divya Kishori was writing on the chat for me also. I also need prayer. I think we are all in very much need of prayer. And maybe we can end this session by folding our hands and also sending our best prayer to everyone in this group who are there today, especially so that we can all develop this very beautiful and sweet Krishna consciousness that is demonstrated by Lord Nityananda. So thank you very much for joining us today. I think next Saturday will be the last Saturday of our Nityananda reading, because then the week after will be Nityananda's Appearance Day, and there we will be in Golokadam having a big festival, so we'll not be able to come online. So I wish you all the best, a wonderful week. May Nityananda remain in your heart and your vision, inner vision. And yeah, thank you for joining and bringing your heart and nice reflection, nice reading into today's presentation. Lord
Hare
Nityananda
Krishna.
Ram ki
Jai
jai.
Jai.
And thank you, dear Mati, for the message. Next time we thank you for the reading.